Hey guys, so this week's post kind of stumped me. It made me really have to think about it a lot, how to kind of examine how I felt about it. But with that being said, number one, what is it that is comforting about finding the familiar in the foreign and why? So I think it's really cool to know that artists today build their modern art from what they've seen in the past and from other countries. They've taken stuff from other countries and other regions of the world and kind of incorporated it in their own, and that's really cool to me. It's great to know that artists are always learning and always growing and are remaining open-minded to take and learn tips from other places and other people. Some of our often used and everyday pieces that we are familiar with are foreign concepts to begin with. An example of that is porcelain china, just like fine china in someone's house. And there's a picture of that on page 318. It's just the regular china in a china cabinet that's actually, originated in another country, and it's familiar with us though, but it's at the same time it's foreign. Question number 2 is, what is it that is uncomfortable about finding the familiar in the foreign and why? So the thing about finding the familiar in the foreign is that every region has a pretty unique way of going about making their own art and incorporating their own unique designs in this art, and just the crazy things every culture does with art. And when it begins to become familiar in the foreign, it kind of can lose its uniqueness, I guess. Sometimes you can look at it and not have a clue where it originated or anything like that. It's when it begins to intermingle, the uniqueness kind of just dies down a little bit. Another reason being, with the familiar and the foreign, we cannot be sure where it originated, and it may lose some of its spark. If you're told a piece of art originated in Spain, that's great, that's awesome, it's beautiful, it looks like it originated in Spain. However, if that same piece of art originated in Athens, Georgia, it might not be quite as cool because it was probably based off something from Spain. It's just not actually originated from Spain. So an example of this is, there's an Asian wine pitcher on page 318 that looks extremely similar to the Arab pitcher or the spouted ewer on page 330. And they originated from different lands, but they look super, super similar. And you could look at it and not know where you wouldn't know the difference. You could think they came from the exact same spot. And that's kind of the problem with seeing the familiar and the foreign. Question 3 asks, what, in your opinion, are the primary problems with using words like familiar and foreign? So the word familiar, it kind of takes away from the uniqueness of a piece of art. It kind of has a negative connotation with it sometimes, in that it gives the idea that this has been done before, this isn't new, we've seen it, get a new idea kind of thing, but in the nicest way possible. All art is unique, and it's just kind of, when there's familiarity in it, it just kind of becomes overdone and kind of like a chevron pattern. It's overdone. Words like foreign give the idea that only the people that originated from that culture can create this kind of art and be successful with it, which is not true. It can be brought over here and it can be done just as well. It just wouldn't be foreign, it would be made over here. So I think those are the problems with using words like familiar and foreign, is they kind of give you a boundary into what you can and can't do with your art, and I don't think art should have boundaries. So that's my post for this week, and I hope y'all enjoyed it.